history of Garden Warfare games that ended badly. Garden Warfare, the game that started the Garden Warfare genre. Garden Warfare was the first ever Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare game. Not the first for the mobile games, but the first for Garden Warfare. Garden Warfare is a third-person shooter. That was the first Plants vs. Zombies third-person shooter. We got several game modes: Welcome Mat, Team Vanquish, Gardens and Graveyards, Classic Team Vanquish, Classic Gardens and Graveyards, Mixed Mode, Gnome Bomb, Vanquish Confirmed, and Suburbanation, and Taco Bandits. And we got Garden Ops. Garden Ops is a tower defense like game. You protect your garden and you just fight zombies. There's 10 waves. On wave 5 and 10, there's a boss fight. But anyways, the best game modes currently right now in 2025 are Team Vanquish, Gardens and Graveyards, and nothing else. Back in the day, Taco Bandits, Suburbanation, Vanquish, all of these game modes were filled with people, except for like Classic Team Vanquish and Welcome Mat. But the rest were filled with a bunch of people. Like if you go to Welcome Mat right now, it'll take a second. It'll just, I'm not gonna go in, but it'll just fill the game. But yeah, Garden Warfare is a really good game. The game has a bunch of stuff filled with characters. Filled with a bunch of characters for zombies and stuff. You can a sticker shop that you can buy a bunch of things for. Cosmetics for the characters, and so much more. There's a split screen feature. There's a multiplayer. There's Garden Ops. There's characters. There's sticker shops, and so much more. Now this was the game that started the genre for Garden Warfare game. Garden Warfare 2. This is a really good game. For this game, they had an entire battleground called the Backyard Battleground. There's so much stuff you can do, and they added a zombie base, the plant base, a town hall, and a bunch of things. For this game, they added a bunch of stuff. They added a quest, they added Garden Ops, for zombies as well. They keep Graveyard Ops. They added multiplayer, well, still have multiplayer. They have the entire customization booth. 8 new classes, which is Citron, Rose, Colonel Corn, Torchwood, Imp, Super Brains, Captain Jetbeard, and Hover Goat. The Imp is basically Diva, but Imp was first. Basically, Imp has a gravity grenade. Gravity grenade. Basically, you throw a gravity grenade and you throw the grenade, and this happens. And whatever plants are in this zone, they just start floating. You can shoot them. Imp-Kata. Imp-Kata is basically a shoot-around, but it's basically aimbot. Look at this. This is what it does. And then the mech is basically an ability you already know. It has Missile Madness, and so basically for the mech, is a mech that has a Missile Madness, which is shoots a bunch of missiles, and a Stomp, Robo Stomp, which is where you just stomp the ground. There's other mechs for different classes. Super Brains. He is a melee character. He comes with several abilities called Super Ultra Ball, Super Multi Ball, and Super Guided Ultra Ball. Super Multi Ball and Super Guided Ultra Ball, you need to get yourself. But for the abilities, for Super Brains, you get the Hadouken, Turtle Twister, that's not that good. Recommend do not use this ability, and the kick. For the kick, if you ever want a movement technique, just kick and then jump. When the kick is about to be finished, you can get a bunch of movement. It's pretty good, but I'll show you guys the rest of the characters in a different video. But anyways, Garden Warfare 2 was a big success. It was a really good hitter for games. They added way more stuff. They added side quests, they added special mini games, they added lots of stuff. The most coolest thing they added was the crap ton of variants. They added way more variants in this game. There's 122 variants to be exact. And you could do lots of quests. For zombies, there's graveyard ops, some quests right here, side missions. You can also do delivery missions, which is Zomburger and Chomper's Pizza over there. Playing for Zombies Garden Warfare 2 was a big success. There's also the Flag of Power in the middle that you can actually play. And the Town Hall is basically a special mini game where basically you can it's just special mini games. Basically, I'm pretty sure this one has a healing aura. Basically, the more low the more low HP you are, the more damage you do. They added way more new cosmetics, but some people say the cosmetics for this game suck bad. They're more bad than actual Garden Warfare 2, Garden Warfare's, but I really don't think so. They're okay, but they're fine, I guess. They could have been better, but there's actually some good ones. Like this one. This one's so sick. Hovergoat. Hovergoat and Torchwood are characters that you get from the Chalice of Nomus. The Chalice of Nomus is located in the sewers. Speaking of the sewers, before we actually talk about the sewers, well, we'll talk about it anyways. When the town hall is open, you walk yourself in here, and then you go right here, and there'll be a key right here. For me, there's no key because I already did the Chalice of Nomus. So basically, when you get the key, you go where I'm exactly going, kill the weeds if they try to attack you. You jump down, go to sewers, and here's the sewers. The sewers is basically just a little thing. Most people like to 1v1 in here, but here's the sewers. It has a bunch of secrets. The target range is here, where you can basically practice your aim with the target. And if you get an S rank, you talk to this guy, and then you get an S rank, and a bunch of diamonds will come out of this pipe. And also there's a trophy, there's an achievement where it's called Hawkeye. When you get a S rank, when you get your first ever S rank. But anyways, when you get the key, you go down here, turn to this little area. You walk, and then you go here. And also the key costs 25 stars, and the stars you just get from doing the quest. I'll show you in a second. And then once you get down here, there'll be a lock right here, and you unlock it, and then a cutscene will happen, and then you can have this portal. Speaking of quests, basically quests will give you stars for you to use things. For these things, there will be junk piles where you can customize your thing after you pay 3 stars. But how you get stars? You just do these quests, like vanquish 50 zombies as I saw any sunflower. You'll get 3 stars after you complete that. XP multipliers also give you XP for your characters. For your characters, there's normal, there's specialist, advanced, elite, super elite, and master. Master is the max rank for the character. Also, the max rank for your rank is rank 54. Rank 54, and then the other number is 55. That's the exact amount you'll need to unlock the character. But anyway, speaking of Chalice of Nomus, I'm pretty sure a year after the release of the game, Chalice of Nomus update got added. And that was one of the most biggest updates of Plants vs. Zombies history. Everyone was hyped. Zach Scott uploaded a video. Wolfie Plays uploaded a video. Exploring Apple, Bob Box, all the YouTubers that play Garden Warfare 2, that was all the YouTubers, uploaded about the Chalice of Nomus. The Chalice of Nomus is basically a little thing that you can do to unlock 2 characters, which is Torchwood and Hovergoat. You basically do 4 missions, and at the end of one thing, there'll be a code, and you save the code, and you go to that blue portal and enter the code. How you enter the code exactly? After you get the code and you take a picture and memorize it, whatever the code is, like for instance, if the top one is lawnmower, you put lawnmower first. Like whatever the top ones are, you put first. So basically, what if the code was lawnmower, watering can, wheelbarrow, shovel, shovel, fence, pot. So we got pot, fence, shovel, wheelbarrow, watering can, lawnmower, boot, flamingo. So what if your code's that? For me, it's not. So look. Because see, nothing will happen. But if you do the exact code, a portal of the color that you did for the code will pop up and you'll have to fight some gnomes. After you do all the code, you have to do a puzzle. The puzzle is get the rainbow code. And then exactly what I mean, you do the puzzle for the rainbow code, and then the rainbow guardian will appear. Well, the gnome guardian. Basically, you fight the gnome guardian, and then this portal, cutscene will happen to open this portal. And then you go inside the portal, and it'll be 2 chests. The hover goat one and the torchwood one. They'll cost, I'm pretty sure, 100 rainbow stars for each of them. And you can only get them by doing the town hall. The town hall is, again, it happens every month. Also, I forgot to say, but the town hall actually happens every single month of the year. So yeah. But yeah, Garden Warfare 2 was a big success. Like I said, Garden Warfare 2 had many updates until the updates got canceled in 2019. Sadly, they stopped updating this game to make a dumpster fire of a game that we're going to show in a second. They actually stopped making the updates in 2018, my mistake. I failed correction error while editing this video. Anyway, but anyways, back to the video. So, and this game is a really big success. And like I said, this was probably one of the biggest Plants vs. Zombie games of history. Plants vs. Zombies BFN, aka Battle for Neighborville. Battle for Neighborville, the worst game in the Plants vs. Zombie history. Well, not the worst game, because we'll talk about PvZ3 later. Battle for Neighborville, people really did not like it. It only got updates for only 1 year, and then they stopped updating it in 2020. What a shame. So what Battle for Neighborville did, they changed the booth. The booth doesn't look that good now. So basically, they removed all variants. Variants basically means like electric, toxic, rock, whatever. And for the new characters, they added Nightcap, Snapdragon, Acorn, and Wildflower. Zombies, they added 80s Action Hero, Electric Slide, Space Cadet, and then these two. Wizard was the first new character that actually got added to the game while the game was actually released, and same with TV Head and Wildflower. Instead of having variants, they decided to make customizations, which actually looked pretty cool. They added multiple variants like that. They added multiple variants for different characters. You do have to earn these by doing something. So how you actually earn these? You actually have to do the Mr. Rewardertron 9,000. Basically, they cost 30,000, but it's just empty for me because I already did them all. So when you get all of them from the actual Rewardertron, it'll just say empty, because that means you emptied it out and got everything you have. Rux. I totally forgot about Garden Warfare 2. Rux is basically a thing that sells you abilities I'm pretty sure every 20 days, I would say. But for Rux in here, they just give you customizations. Not good ones either. These ones are kind of mid. And also, there's a little Easter egg. If you go to Rux's area right here, climb up here, jump right here. Oh, I messed up. Hold on. You go up here, jump up here, and you jump right here. There'll be a little garlic. That'll say square or any button that says pops up. You click it and you hurry run over here. And then you do parkour to jump up here, and then you'll see a giant garlic that appears. It's a pretty cool Easter egg. Not so cool though. And for the multiplayer portal, they basically morphed the town hall and the multiplayer portal into one. I don't know why they just kept the town. They just kept the town hall. Instead of the backyard, it's Giddy Park, and instead of being by yourself, you have online players. Giddy Park is not so good. Giddy Park is like a fun carnival, and like in park, like a theme park. And they really don't give it Plant vs. Zombie like. Like they say, free Giddy Park, free for all. That doesn't make it Plant vs. Zombie like. At least put the zombie side to be dark and dead, like how it is in Garden Warfare 2 and Garden Warfare 1. But they completely changed the art designs for every single thing. They added sprinting, they buffed a bunch of characters, they added a crap ton of stuff. But it's just not as good as Garden Warfare 2 and Garden Warfare 1. Yeah, the characters are cool, and yeah, the zombies look goofy. The game has a ton of glitches, like a flying glitch for 80's Action Hero that I just currently messed up. But yeah, there's a flying glitch. If you just search up Plant vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville flying glitch, 80's Action Hero, then you'll see someone do a flying glitch. It's basically like this. And look, I'm literally floating. Yeah, this game has a crap ton of glitches. There's also a glitch called the W glitch, and I'll show that in another video because I have no one to do it with. But yeah, this game is filled to the brim of glitches. There's out-of-map glitches with TV head. So basically how you do it, you just use TV head or wildflower. You jump down, and you go to this side over here. This is one of my favorite glitches, by the way. You just jump up here, stand right here, place your thing, your bucket, you warp home, and you'll teleport in here, and you quickly turn, and it'll run to the side, and voila, you're here. Also, you can also get up here. It's a little tricky, but if you can eventually get up here and hurry, run to this tree, and turn over here, and then voila. You can't dive if you stay out of that balance for too long. Same with Garden Warfare 2. There's a ton of glitches, but this one's just more fun. You see, you just die eventually, and then you just respawn. But this game is not that very good. I still play it because it's a PvZ game. I'll take it. There's also a crap ton of things over here. There's a bunch of like new areas. Instead of just side quests in the backyard, they actually teleport you to an entire new area. There's 4 different things. There's Weird in Woods, Town Center, and then for plants, there are Mountain Steep and Town Center. They're pretty cool. The W glitch works for all of them, but I wouldn't do the W glitch for Mountain Steep because it actually bugs out. But I'll talk about the W glitch in another video. But Battle for Neighborville, I rate it a 7 out of 10. It's alright game, but PvZ 3 is worse. But that's the history of Plants versus Zombies.